But what's the worst weather that you guys... Oh my god, is that guy okay? Why is he jaw dropping open, staring at me? Hey folks, how are you? We have a beautiful day in the neighborhood and I'm taking advantage of it. So lucky to have a little unseasonably warm week here in Milwaukee. It's about mid-60s degrees Fahrenheit. I am kind of overdressed for it, so I'm a little hot. I'm so glad that I didn't bust out the winter riding gloves today because that would have been awful. And to be honest, I don't totally love riding with the winter gloves. Yes, my hands are cozy, but my range of movement is very limited, and I think I ride worse when I have the winter gloves on. I'll probably continue using them in the depths of cold when I need to, but I had purchased some heated grips to install on my bike like last year and I forgot to do it, so maybe I'll finally do it. Maybe this November I'll install the heated grips so I can get out there and have a good old time on the occasional warm or not so cold days. Well, yeah, I guess that's something we could talk about is extreme weather and riding in the cold. I think this will be an occasional topic of conversation on my channel no matter what, because I live in Wisconsin and the seasonal change is extreme. Oh girl, thank you. We have a pretty short riding season officially if you're a fair weather kind of rider, but a lot of people will ride into the winter and then change the kinds of riding they do for the cold weather season. I was just talking to somebody who dropped by to buy a pair of boots from me, and she's super hype for the temperatures to get below freezing because she does ice riding. And I'm definitely going to clue you guys into some of the ice riding this winter because last year I was out of town when the official, like, some of the ice racing, I don't know, I just kept missing the boat somehow on the ice racing and didn't get a chance to get any footage. So I will get out there this year, be a good moto journalist unofficially, and show you guys what it looks like when people take these dirt bikes and outfit them for the ice. So if you're curious how someone preps their bike for ice racing, you should watch my video that I did on it a year ago with a good friend of mine, Narissa. She ice races, she works for Harley, she's an engineer, she's creative, she's awesome. So I definitely recommend watching that, and I plan to, have her make guest appearances on the channel. So yeah, not all of us are hardy enough or have the extra bike around to outfit as an ice racing bike. Lord knows I would never do that on this beautiful thing, but who knows, maybe I'll get into it someday. Typically I am just on the street every so often in the wintertime when there is not any salt on the ground and no ice and no snow, or maybe only a little bit of ice. There's a couple of things you can do to prepare yourself to do some cold weather riding, and I can link you guys to a couple of resources on people who do that kind of stuff and do it very successfully. I cold weather ride intermittently. I'll typically only do it for a pretty short commute though, so I've never really felt like I was an expert on being out for a significant amount of time. But if you're just trying to pop out and run errands or something, or going on a little blip on the bike, that's the kind of stuff I can help you with. So I, of course, layer up, wear extra layers, and that includes like a thermal layer under a pair of pants, and sometimes I'll even put a pair of like sweatpants or fleece pants or track pants over top of everything. So it might look like I'm only wearing track pants, but that's probably my third layer of pant. And then a lot of people swear by those neck gaiters, and those are pretty solid, I find, for temperatures like around 50 degrees Fahrenheit. I feel like they don't necessarily do it for below freezing. You're gonna need a little more than that because they've got a lot of breathability, which is good, but then also doesn't quite cut it if you're experiencing some really piercing cold wind. I did make a video on dressing for cold weather riding, and I talk about the wind chill breakdown. I think that's really important to think about. Obviously there's the perception of, there's like the wind when you're standing still, which is the typical wind chill, but then there's also the added wind chill of each additional mile of speed you're going. So you definitely have to consider that when you're on the bike, and a lot of people do generally, but I don't think they'll scientifically consider it. So that's something that you can take a look at, my chart. You know what, maybe I'll post it as a little blog post on my site so that you can have that as a reference, because I think it's really important, and it shows you where the danger zones are and then you can plan accordingly. That's why I don't really do any freeway riding when it's really cold. I haven't been on the freeway when it's been less than 50 degrees. I recently, actually this season, did 50 degrees on the freeway, and I planned accordingly, and that wasn't half bad. And we are going like 80, so that's doable. But what's the worst weather that you guys... Oh my god, is that guy okay? Why is he jaw dropping open staring at me? Oh my god, I don't know if I caught that on camera, but this man's mouth was fully open staring at me. Like, what's the deal? Anywho, what's the worst temperatures you guys will ride in? I'm not too keen on anything below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And honestly, that's not that fun either, but duty calls and you're a motovlogger, and sometimes you gotta get out. And if you're like me and you don't have a car, like, and now in this COVID era, public transportation's kind of weird, and I don't know, I think desperate times will call for desperate measures a few times this season. But I had asked that question on my company account, Great Lake Supply Co., and had some crazy responses. So yeah, you guys let me know down below, like, what kind of stuff you've been through. I know people have been through like torrential downpour. I've only had like fun, cute little rainouts where it's like an 80-degree day and it rains on me, and it's kind of refreshing and fun, and I'm not wearing rain gear. But what really sucks about getting rained on is that needling sensation of the water droplets. This vlog is really random, but it's all weather related, I suppose. I'm actually vlogging for a second time on this little spin around town. I'm trying to batch my content so that I have some stuff during the off season, because it'll be a lot of sit down videos. I find motovlogs a little bit more natural. I can do them without any planning, really, just like having a couple thoughts beforehand and then freestyle it on the bike, which is great for me as someone who works full time. I don't even know what you'd call the amount of work I do, because it's more than 40 hours a week, but sometimes I don't keep track of things I do for myself because it's enjoyable, but also because, you know, it's not billable work. It's not work I bill to clients or research stuff or whatever. It's like, technically this, if the channel earned me more income, I mean, even though it doesn't now, this is still work. Motovlogging is work. And then the edit is work, and the keywording and thumbnails and posting and conversations with people. But why am I even talking about this? I can feel my brain cells evaporating. Yeah, what the heck am I? Oh yeah, as someone who works full time, it's helpful to batch content. And actually I want to do a video about time management kind of, and the fact that, you know, I do like contract / freelance work, and I run my own e-commerce store, and I make content online, and it's been pretty consistent lately. I don't make any promises, but I've been doing it weekly as of late, definitely the last few months, and it takes a lot of organization. I have a whole bankroll of ideas, and there's a lot of file management that has to take place. There's a lot of just miscellaneous things to keep in order. I was just like, what the heck am I talking about? So I hope some of you guys like these rambly vlogs, because this one's rambly. The other one was a little bit more succinct, not so much this round. But batching is a really helpful way to get a little bit more bang for your buck, to get a little bit more minutes out of the ride that are contentable. Oh, what's this? This looks like a box of Corona. It's a box of Miller Lite. It's just a box. Oh wow, that car's dirty. You dirty car. Yeah, batch stuff. I recommend it. That's what I do with that's how I manage so many Instagram accounts too. Is, well, so many. I manage like 2. Oh, thank you. I don't. What was that? Thank you. It's a Ducati. I don't know what he said. This is so funny because the video I was recording before this one was about people kind of bothering you while you're on the bike. But that I would not consider harassment. Anyone who makes eye contact with me is bothering me. Just kidding. Yeah, that's certainly not harassment. That guy was pretty nice. But sometimes people really do, they're trying you. They're trying you, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna cut the convo on all the business tips and save that for a different day. But that's how I stay organized on a lot of things. I'll do that on Instagram all the time because I'm not trying to spend my life on social media. I got things to do, people to see, and real life stuff to engage with. I much prefer to spend my free time away from screens, because I work in web development and work on computers all day long. You know, sometimes it's tough to want to keep that up afterwards. So I definitely, what the heck is with all this stuff in the street today? It's a weird day. Yeah, so batching stuff is really helpful. And I schedule my YouTube videos as well. I try to be ahead of time, and then sometimes they post and I forgot they posted and I don't see the comments. And sometimes I don't look at the comments at all because, I don't know. It's just like, even when it's good stuff, it's usually just neutral, which is fine. But even when it's good stuff, you don't want to read too much of that at all. Like, never before, unless you were a mega celebrity, were you able to read so much information about other people's opinions of you, and whether they're good or bad. It's just kind of strange. And most things would just be in people's heads, and now you can just read it. And I mean, who needs that? It's just way too much self-absorption too. Is that guy gonna go? I'm gonna, oh, sorry. Oh no, that was so rude of me. Anywho, so schedule the content, don't read the comments, and straight on till morning. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I hope you ride safe. I want you to like this video if you liked it. I want you to subscribe if you want to see more from me. And I want you to check out my Instagram, Stark Naked, and then my company Instagram, Great Lakes Supply Co., and then my merchandise on my company website, Great Lakes Supply Co. Go check it out. It's a great way to support the channel and me, obviously. And you should be checking it out because I have some really cool things coming out soon. I have no idea when this vlog will go up, so who knows if it's around the time when I have some interesting things coming out. But there's some fun surprises and they'll be ready in time for Christmas, so I'm excited to share them with you. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.